Hi everyone, welcome. My name is Jonathan, and for today's core class, you will need a blanket and 2 blocks. We're going to be using the blanket to slide on the floor. So if you happen to be on carpet, go ahead and grab something that can slide on the carpet. If you're lucky enough to have some core sliders that have a plastic side, that might work for you, or even something like some plastic plates. A piece of cardboard can also work on carpet. Once you have those props, find a comfortable seated position, rest your palms face up or face down, and close your eyes. Turn your attention to your breath. Feel that flow comfortably in through the nose, out through the nose. Before we add any movement to the practice, just acknowledging how the body feels here as we breathe. Can you find a little bit more space in the belly, the ribs, the collarbone? Notice the tension that you might bump up against and where that might be located in your torso. You've got one more inhale here. Fill all the way up. Open your mouth, sigh out the breath. Palms connect in prayer at heart center, thumbs rest into the sternum, beginning to the sound of a single Om. Inhale. Carefully blink the eyes open. Release the hands. Let's extend the legs forward and lie all the way down on your back. Once you're lying flat on your back, tuck your tailbone and pull the belly button and ribs inwards. We actually feel that engagement of anterior chain, front side body. Squeeze the legs together. Nice, pointing the toes. Press your palms into the floor next to the hips, and then very slowly start to lift the legs up. No rush. Until the toes are reaching up towards the ceiling, until the toes are reaching back towards the space behind you. They don't have to touch the floor here. Roll the spine back down, and then slowly reach the feet forward, forward, forward. Keep that squeeze in front side all the way until the heels find the floor. Let's do that a few more times. Lift the feet, engage front side body. Go slowly, toes point up. The low back and sacrum might lift a little bit here as you reach the feet back behind you. Press into your palms, squeeze front side body. And then slowly come back. Reaching the feet forward, forward, forward. Breathe here until the heels touch the floor. Let's do that a couple more times. Reach the feet up. Move slow, no momentum here. Then reach the feet all the way back, pressing into your palms. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Only if it feels okay in the neck and the upper back, the feet might tap the floor before coming all the way back. Or if that's just way too much right out of the box, don't worry about it. Don't have to do it. Feet come all the way forward, nice and slow, until the heels tap the floor. One last time. Reach the feet up. Up, up, up. Low back and sacrum lifts. Push into your palms. Feet can hover, or they might come all the way and touch the floor, or bump into your doors. Come all the way back, nice and slow, until the heels find the mat. Really nice. Reach the fingertips up towards the ceiling. Keep that feeling of tucking the tailbone. Take an inhale. As you exhale, peel head and shoulder blades up. Reach your hands forward. You might flex the feet. Reach the hand past the feet. Nice. Then come all the way back up. Roll your torso down. The heels can slide, but they don't lift until you're lying flat. Arms are reaching up. Take an inhale. Exhale. Peel yourself back up. Heels slide, but they don't lift. Come all the way, reaching forward. Really similar to what we just did, lying on our backs. We've just reversed the direction that we're starting from. Lying flat. Last time here, fingertips are reaching up. Take an inhale. Exhale, tuck the chin. Peel yourself all the way up. Reach forward, reach past the feet. Now this time, carefully sit up. Cross the ankles, roll over the legs. Find a tabletop position. In that tabletop position, right shoulder and right hip begin to squeeze towards each other. Find the lateral side of your torso here. Right side, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then come back through center. Again, right side, right shoulder towards right hip. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Back through center. Last time, right shoulder, right hip. Squeeze. back to center. Let's go to the left. Left shoulder, left hip, squeeze. Back to center. Two more times. Left shoulder, left hip, squeeze. Back to center. And last time, left shoulder, left hip, squeeze. Back to center. Tuck your toes, take the hips up and back. Find downward facing dog. Pressing into your palms, rooting down into the feet, and lifting up through your sit bones. Inhale, come forward, high plank. Exhale, back to down dog. Can you find that work in your hip flexors and core? Inhale, come forward, high plank. Exhale, back to down dog. And last time, inhale, come forward, high plank. Exhale, back to down dog. Look forward on the inhale. Exhale, bend the knees. Take a big step all the way to the top of the mat. Halfway lift. Inhale, engage the muscles in your spine. Exhale, fold. Rooting down to the feet. Inhale, come all the way up. Reach tall, grow tall. Exhale, hinge and fold back over the legs. Halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale to place the palms. Step the feet back, high plank. From your high plank, lower all the way down to your belly. Reach the arms back behind you, palms face up. Inhale, lift up chest, chin, arms, and legs. Exhale to lower down, twice more. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower, last time. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Palms in line with your chest, tuck the toes, tabletop or high plank. Inhale, downward facing dog. Exhale, feel that foundation. Root down to the mat. So at the peak of the pose, your sit bones can really reach up to the ceiling. Inhale, come forward, high plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale to plank. Exhale, down dog. Twice more. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale to plank. Exhale, down dog. Last time. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale to plank. Exhale, down dog. Feeling that heat build in the arms. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, bend the knees. Step or jump lightly. Top of the mat. Halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale to fold. Rooting down to the feet. Inhale, come all the way up. Grow tall. Exhale, hinge and fold back over the legs. Halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale, fingertips to the floor. Step the left foot back. Lower the knee down. Sweep the arms up. Low lunge. Allow the hips to press forward and down. Keep reaching up through your fingertips, even as you're drawing the thigh further towards the floor, that right thigh, and the left hip pushing forward and somewhat down. Breathe. Catch the left wrist with the right hand, pull that arm up, and then squeezing right side body, lengthen the left. Breathe into the left ribs, the shoulder, the hip. Back up on the inhale. Exhale, release left hand down to the floor. Tuck the back toes, pick up the knee. And inhale, reach the right arm up. Twist towards the right thigh. Walk the right foot back halfway and turn all your toes to the right. Squeeze left side body and lift the hips up a bit higher. So we feel that squeeze in left side, like you're taking the shoulder and the hip closer together there on left side. We might feel a bit more release there on right side, even in the outer right hip there. One more breath. Exhale to release right hand down to the mat. Step the right foot back, lower down to your belly. Press into the tops of the feet. Inhale, peel up chest and chin, baby, or full cobra. Inhale. Exhale, lower all the way down. Inhale to either tabletop or high plank. Exhale to downward facing dog. Feel that foundation, root down so the peak can lift. Lift the sit bones up. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, back over the toes. Down dog. Twice more. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Last time, move with your breath. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful work. Look forward on the inhale. Exhale, bend the knees, big step, top of the mat. Halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, fold. Root down, rise up, reach for the ceiling, grow tall. Exhale, hinge and fold, back over the legs. Halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, hands to the floor, step the right foot back, lower the right knee down. Inhale, sweep the arms up, low lunge. Exhaling to allow the hips to press forward and down. The left thigh pushes down. The right hip pushes forward and slightly down. Breathing here. If it's warm where you are, noticing the sweat. Breathe. Take water when you need. Take one more inhale. Exhale, right hand releases down to the floor. Tuck the back toes, pick up the knee, and inhale, reach the left arm up. Twist towards that left thigh. Walk the left foot back halfway, turning all of your toes to the left. Press into the soles of the feet, press into that right palm, engage right side body, and lift your hips up away from the floor. Feeling like the right shoulder and the right hip are trying to get closer together. You might feel some release there in the outer left hip if you have a tendency to hold tension there. One more breath. Exhale, release left hand down, step the left foot back, lower to your belly. Press into the tops of the feet, inhale, peel up chest and chin, baby or full cobra. Exhale to lower. High plank, inhale, downward facing dog. Exhale, root down and lift up. Feel the length in your arms, your torso, the back of your legs. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, take chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, option to keep the toes tucked. Exhale, back to chaturanga. Inhale, the plank. Exhale, the down dog. Keep breathing. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, plank. Exhale, down dog. Last time, inhale, come forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, back to chaturanga. Inhale, the plank. Exhale, the downward facing dog. Notice the breath here. You take one more inhale in your down dog. And as you side out, lower the knees down. Big toes touch near the back of the mat. Take child's pose. Balasana. Settling into the mat. Just acknowledging how the body feels. Allow the breath and the heart rate to slow. If you feel like you put so much effort into that last sequence, can you soften here for just a few moments? Nice. Carefully walk your hands to the right. Find a squeeze in right side body, the length in your left. And then coming back through center, walk your hands just slightly off the left side of the mat. Find a squeeze in the left side body, length in your right. Back through to center. Walk your hands towards your knees and come up into a kneeling shape. So in that kneeling shape, knees are together, sitting on the heels if possible. If that's really uncomfortable, sit on some blocks, elevate your hips somewhat. Reach the arms back behind you, interlace the fingers behind the back. Squeeze shoulder blades together and open up that space across the heart and the front of the shoulders that we just worked pretty heavily there. With all those multiple rounds of plank and chaturanga. Can you breathe back in that space across your heart? One more inhale. Open your mouth, side out, release the hands. Pushing into the shins, lift your hips up into an upright kneeling shape. Shift the weight to the right leg, set the left foot forward. Allow the hips to press forward and down. And then sweep the arms up. Inhale, Anjaneyasana. Catch the right wrist with the left hand. We'll add this in. Pull the arm up, squeeze left side body, lengthen the right. So you feel that length come into right side body. It might be a little different than when we did this on the left side. You've got it back up through center. Release hands down to the floor. Shift your hips back. Stack that right hip on top of the right knee. Nice Ardha Hanumanasana, half splits, crown of the head pulling forward, hips drawing back, feeling the back of the left thigh receive some attention and stretch here. If you need extra height, you can always take hands to blocks at any height setting. So you find a little bit more extension through the spine. Breathe here. Nice, and whether it's a more passive or really active forward fold, we want to have that balance between lengthening the spine, not just lengthening the back of the leg. Last big breath. As you sigh that breath out, bend into the left knee, plant the sole of the foot. Tuck the back toes, pick up the knee. You're at the start line, ready to take off here. Take an inhale. Exhale, sweep the arms back behind you. Lean forward over the left leg. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, reach them back, lean forward. Inhale, lift up, reach up. Exhale, reach back, lean forward. Last time. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, right hand forward, left hand back. Twist strongly towards the left leg. Arms reaching wide. Look back at your left thumb. Give yourself a big thumbs up because you're doing so well. You got it. Inhale, look at the right hand. Exhale, release it down towards the floor. Lift up through the left fingers. Nice. This time we're going to take the left foot all the way back. Roll to the outer edge of the right foot. Stack the left foot on top. Squeeze the legs together and engage your glutes. Don't let your bum stick back. Have the shoulders and the hips in one straight line. You can even reach the left arm forward. Find length in left side as you engage right side body. And lift the hips up a little higher. Squeeze right side body. Find that length in your left. One more breath. The exhale rolls you through center and lowers you down to the belly. Press into the tops of the feet. Inhale, peel up chest and chin. Baby or full cobra. Inhale. Exhale, lower all the way down. Press yourself up to either tabletop or plank. Shift to a downward facing dog. Breathe. You're doing so well. Carefully walk your hands back towards your feet. Find a standing forward fold near the back edge of your mat. You can catch opposite elbows and simply dangle. You can also use your peace fingers, middle index and thumb. Grab the big toes. As the elbows bend out to the sides of the room, pull the crown of the head down, down, down. Padangusthasana. And just like our standing forward, our downward facing dog, when we drew the legs overhead, try to find that squeeze in your core, the length here in backside body, not just the hamstrings, but the muscles running up and down your spine. One more breath. All right, exhale, release the toes. Inhale, roll all the way up to stand. Head comes up last. We'll find Tadasana, mountain pose. Let the breath settle here in your mountain. And then step off the back edge of your mat. So mat's not going to slide. It's going to stay in the same exact spot. Bend over, catch the back edge of your mat, and fold it in half. Fold it in half. So the back edge meets the front edge. Once you have your mat folded, find your blanket and have it a nice rectangle shape. If you need to have it a bit bigger, you can always unfold it so it's a little bit of a larger rectangle shape. Again, if you're on carpet, go ahead and grab your plates, your core sliders, your piece of cardboard. We'll start by stepping onto the blanket, feet hip width, facing your mat. Perfect. All right, inhale, sweep the arms up, grow tall. Exhale, hinge and fold over the legs. Give yourself a halfway lift to really find that length in the spine. Exhale, place the palms, slide the feet back. Plank. Walk your hands towards the top of your mat. No rush to get there. Take a chaturanga. Back up to plank. Walk your hands to the back edge of that mat, the folded edge. Take an inhale. As you exhale, slide the feet forward towards the mat. Nice, halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale, fold. You're rooting down to the feet. Inhale, come all the way up. Grow tall. Exhale, draw palms to prayer. Samasthiti. Tadasana. Turn around, step onto the mat. Face your blanket. So we did the easy side. This will be the harder side. Staying on your mat, inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, hinge and fold over the legs. Halfway lift to find the extension in your spine. Exhale, place the palms, slide forward, plank. Take a chaturanga, back up to plank. Carefully walk your feet to the top of your mat. We should have done chaturanga here. Let's do it again. Chaturanga. Back to plank. And then walk your feet back to the back edge of your mat. You've got it. Take an inhale. Exhale. Slide your hands back to the feet. Halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale. Fold. You're rooting down to the feet. Inhale. Come all the way up. Grow tall. Exhale. Draw palms to press. Samasthiti. Tadasana. Step off your mat. You can move the blanket off to the side. We'll revisit it after, so keep it nearby. Unfold your mat. Top edge stays where it is. You simply unfold the mat so it's back in its original position, standing at the back edge. Feet parallel hip width, Tadasana. Take an inhale. Exhale, tuck the chin, begin to roll yourself down. One vertebra at a time until the hands come down last. Crawl the hands to the top of the mat, downward facing dog. Lower your knees down, take the big toes to touch the back of the mat, child's pose, Balasana. Settling into the floor, noticing if the breath catches up with the heart rate. Slow it all down. You can walk the palms to connect in prayer. Keep the elbows shoulder width. Then bend the elbows. Send the thumbs back towards the back of the neck with the space between shoulder blades. Bringing some of the attention of release here to the triceps and lats. Settling into that breath again. Just acknowledging the effort. No stress, no strain. But definitely lots of hard work. Take one more inhale. All right, you can exhale, carefully release the hands to the mat, walk the hands back toward your knees, and come up into a kneeling shape. In that kneeling shape, have the knees together, sitting on the heels. Again, like the first cycle, you can always sit on blocks if it's uncomfortable for the ankles, the shins, or the knees. Reach the arms back behind you, interlace the fingers. This time, other thumb on top, so maybe the uncomfortable way for you, unnatural way. Squeeze shoulder blades together, puff up the chest. So we find again that release across the front of the chest and the shoulders. Breathing into that space. Fixing the posture here. Getting rid of some of the slouching, even though we're strengthening with some of the pushing, right? Our chaturangas, our core planks. We want to make sure we're not creating more tension across the front of the chest unnecessarily. Take one more inhale. Exhale to release the hands. Push down into your shins. Lift the hips up. And then leaning the weight to the left leg, step the right foot forward. Allow the hips to press forward and down. You've got it. Sweep the arms up. Grow really tall through the fingertips. We're going to skip the side bend because we already did this side in the first round of exercises we did. We added in the second round. Breathe. One more inhale. All right, you can exhale. Release your hands down to the floor. Shift your hips back, stacking the left hip on top of the left knee and working the right leg a little bit straighter. It's okay if that leg has to stay slightly bent. Better to do that than to unnecessarily lock the knee and have that kneecap be all loose and the pressure being in the back of the knee and the muscles in your back. Better to have a little bend, taking that tension into the back of the thigh, right? Actually into the meat of the hamstrings. You can also use blocks under the hands at any height setting to give yourself a bit of additional lift here through the torso. Everyone will be a little bit different. It's the whole point of our practice. So we're working with the body that we have. One more breath. All right, exhale. Bend into that right knee. Tuck the back toes, lift up the knee. Lean forward. You're at the start line, ready to take off. Take an inhale. Exhale, sweep the arms back behind you. Lean forward over the left leg. Nice, sweep the arms up. Inhale. Exhale, reach them back behind you. Again, inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, reach them back behind you one last time. Inhale, reach the arms up. Now this time, exhale, left hand forward, right arm back, twist towards that right thigh. Look back at your right thumb. Can you give yourself a big thumbs up because you're so awesome? Nice, inhale, look at the left hand. Exhale, release it down to the floor. Reaching up through the right fingertips. Walk the right foot back, this time all the way back, turning the toes to the right, stacking the feet, squeeze the legs together, and then engage left side body. Lift your hips up even higher. Right arm can actually reach forward here. Find a side bend in that side plank. Squeeze and breathe. Nice, one more breath. Exhale to roll through center. Lower all the way down to your belly. Press into the tops of the feet. Inhale, peel up chest and chin. Baby or full cobra. Exhale to lower back down. Tuck the toes, press to tabletop or high plank. Shift to a downward facing dog. Sit bones lifting up. You're doing so well. Stay with me. Carefully walk your hands back towards your feet. Find again a standing forward fold near the back edge of your mat. This time you can take catching opposite elbows to dangle. Peace fingers might grab the big toes. Or last option, slip the hands under the feet. Find Padahastasana. Fingernails, tops of the hands push down to the floor. Stepping on the palms, massaging the heel of the palm with your toes. Breathe here, creating that connection between torso and thighs. Last big breath. All right, slowly release the hands. Inhale, roll up to stand. Head comes up last. We'll find Tadasana, mountain pose. In that mountain pose, take a breath, expanding across the chest. Open your mouth, sigh out the breath. Step off the back edge of your mats. We're going to fold that mat again. Again, the top edge doesn't move, it stays where it is. Catching the back corners, taking your mat so that it's folded perfectly in half. When you come back, find your blanket, place it near the back edge. So a little different this time, but we don't want to stress or strain. The same as when we did that one cycle, but should be just as deliberate when we find some repetition here. Breathe through all of it. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hinge and fold over the legs. Long spine, inhale. Exhale to place the palms, slide the feet back. All right, take the hands forward one step so you have a little bit of extra space. You got it. Take an inhale. Now as you exhale, drive the knees towards the elbows. Tap, slide the feet back down, back. Tap knees to elbows, slide the feet back. Keep going, knees to elbows. Feet go back. Knees to elbows. Feet go back. If you're feeling like you want a little added, I almost said struggle, but I mean challenge. Next time you slide the knees forward, connect knees to elbows, look forward, lean forward, lift your feet up. Bakasana. If you're holding Bakasana, breathe. If you're still sliding the feet, breathe. Last couple. If the knees are still in the elbows in Bakasana, bring the feet back down. Do 2 more slides. Yes, next time the feet slide forward, stand up. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. And rooting down to the feet. Inhale, come all the way up, grow tall. Exhale, draw palms to prayer, Samastitihi. Tadasana. Mountain pose. Okay, we're gonna try. No strain, no stress, but we are gonna struggle. Okay, be challenged. Turn around. Stand on your mat, facing your blankets. Feet are hip width. All right, here we go. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, hinge and fold over the legs. Halfway lift to lengthen the spine. Exhale, place the palms. Slide the hands away from the feet. You might step the feet back a couple steps so you have a little extra space. Here we go. Bend the knees. Slide elbows back to the knees. And then slide forward. Elbows to knees. Slide forward. Keep going. Elbows to knees. Use your legs. Use your core. Slide forward. Elbows to knees if you'd like. Knees plug into the elbows. Look forward. Lean forward. Pick up your feet. Bakasana with a slightly different foundation. Right? The cushion of your blanket or the filling of the plastic plate or the piece of cardboard. Last couple slides. If your feet are lifted, put them down. Let's do 2 more as well. Slide forward. Slide back. Last one. Slide forward. Slide back. Stand up. Halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Rooting down, rise up. Reach for the ceiling. Exhale, draw palms to the prayer. Samastitihi. Tadasana. Mountain pose. Step off that mat. Kick the blanket out of the way. Unfold the mat. And once it's in the original position, simply step on your mat. Feet are parallel, hip width. Find Tadasana. Mountain pose. Wow, it's warm in my home today. It's an impromptu hot core yoga class. Breathe here. Standing nice and tall. And just enjoy that heat if you've generated some heat, some effort. Take one more breath. As you sigh the breath out, tuck your chin, roll yourself down. All the way down until your hands find the floor. Crawl the hands to the top of the mat. Downward facing dog. Foundation roots down so the peak can lift up. Sit bones lift up. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, bend the knees. Hop lightly. Top of the mat. Halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale to fold. Big toes are touching. Knees hug in as you inhale. Bend the knees. Reach the arms up. Chair pose. Exhale, draw palms through prayer. Twist to the right. Left elbow outside the right thigh. Keep the knees side by side. As you press the palms together, really use that leverage to push the left elbow into the right thigh back into the left elbow. So you can actually start to lean the right shoulder blade back and look up past the right shoulder to the ceiling. Don't hold your breath here. Just one last breath. Nice. Use the exhale to release through center. Inhale, reach the arms up. Uttanasana chair pose. And then slowly come all the way down to your bum. Once you're sitting on your bum, flex the ankles. Bring the feet forward a little bit. Take your blocks, putting them at the lowest setting, stacked on your shins. Stack those blocks. Lean back. Push the shins up into the blocks. Find your Navasana boat pose. Next, reach the feet forward, lay back, low boat, back up, boat. Low boat, back up, boat. Keep going, 5 more, 5, 4, breathe, 3, 2, last one, hold, breathe here. Ankles can be flexed or toes can be pointed. Keep balancing those blocks. Low back is pushing firmly into the floor, sacrum pushing into the mat. Reach the hands out in front of you so you can catch the blocks. Legs lift up, catch the blocks. Move them out of the way. Keep squeezing core. Reach the arms forward. Breathe here. Shoulder blades are lifted. The sacrum might lift up a little bit. That's fine. Breathe here. One more breath. Exhale to release. Hug the knees into your chest. Give yourself a big old squeeze. Rock to the left and to the right. Massage the muscles running up and down your spine. Just notice the breath here as it flows in through the nose, out through the nose. Carefully release the soles of the feet down to the floor. Feet are parallel and hip width. Take one of those blocks we just used and place it either at the lowest setting or the medium setting between the thighs. Depending on how big you are, right, your height, your anatomy, choose the size that makes it feel like your thighs are nice and parallel and neutral here. If you need more, you can always roll up a blanket and customize it, right, to be the right distance here. Squeeze that block. Keep the soles of the feet on the floor. Reach the fingertips forward, lift head and shoulder blades up off the floor. Now squeezing right side body, reach the right hand, can you tap either the ankle, the heel, or the pinky toe on the right side, and then back through center, left hand to either the ankle, the heel, or the pinky toe. Right, left, right, left. Keep breathing, keep the shoulder blades lifted and the head lifted. So if you're all the way down here, try to lift a little bit more like your chest is on a string, is being lifted up to the ceiling. 10 more. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Keep going. 3, 2, 1. Release. Oh. You can move that block off to the side. Windshield wiper the knees to the right and to the left. Notice if you're holding your breath here, come back to the breath flowing in through the nose, out through the nose. We get this really strong engagement in front side body. Pretty sure you're aware of your core now. Press down into your palms, feet are still parallel hip width. You have an option to leave the block or the blanket where it is between the thighs, or remove it if you can keep the thighs parallel just through the stability of your hips. On an inhale, tuck the tailbone, lift your hips up away from the floor, slip to Bandhasana bridge pose. You can choose to keep the palms pushing firmly into the mat, or interlace the hands behind the back, squeeze shoulder blades together, and drive that big fist down into the floor, lifting the hips up, taking that stretch not just into the front of the hips or the lower abdominal wall, but actually across your shoulders and your chest. Breathe in your version of bridge. Notice if the legs want to drop out, hug the inner thighs in, especially if you're holding that block. We've got one last breath. Carefully release the arms. Lay the spine down nice and slow. Windshield wiper the knees to the right and to the left, massaging the outer hips. Really nicely done. All right, the next time the knees fall to the right, leave them there. So the feet started out parallel, hip width, and then we allowed the knees to fall to the right. Leave them there. Reach your fingertips forward. Take an inhale. As you exhale, lift head and shoulder blades up off the floor. Feel that engagement through front side, but a lot in the left side, like you're gonna reach forward and bind that left shin. I can't do it yet, maybe you can, but that's the idea, right? Feeling that work in side body and core, even with the legs falling to the side. I know it's a little awkward, but that's kind of the point. See if we can still find that engagement, that squeeze in the left side body. Maybe you'll lift the left shoulder a little higher. Keep the right shoulder blade up off the floor. One last breath. All right, release, soften. Left arm is going to reach out straight to the left. Right hand can either just rest on the inner right thigh, or you're stacking the left leg on top of the right leg and resting the right hand on the outer left thigh. Both work well, just softening here. Less effort, more ease in this reclined spinal twist. Notice the breath as it flows in through the nose, out through the nose. You've got one last breath. Open your mouth, sigh it out, come back through center. You've got it, straighten the legs. Press your palms down into the floor. Tuck your tailbone, push the low back and sacrum into the mat. Squeeze the legs together. So similar to what we did at the beginning, but a little bit different. As you engage the core, lift the legs up, toes pointing to the ceiling. Sacrum and low back might be lifted or it may be on the floor, really up to you. Begin to draw some circles here with the feet on the ceiling. So we again finding side body working, but in addition to our abdominal wall, breathe. The circles might get bigger and bigger as you breathe. Change direction with those circles. Notice what's happening here in your body with your breath. Last big circle. Pause in center. Hug the knees into your chest. Give yourself a big squeeze. Rock to the left and to the right. Release the soles of the feet to the floor. Okay, feet are parallel, hip width. You can take a block or a blanket again to that space between the thighs if you need it. Second round of Setubandhasana, bridge pose, is your option one. Simply lifting up into that bridge that we did earlier, interlacing the hands, squeeze shoulder blades together, and find your bridge. If you prefer to lift up into Urdhva Dhanurasana, wheel pose, that is an option. Set up the palms by the shoulders, hugging the elbows in. Lift up into your Urdhva Dhanurasana, wheel pose, looking down towards your hands. Thighs are staying parallel, pushing into your palms. Try to reach your chest towards the space behind you. Breathe. Whatever version you're doing, make sure you leave enough gas in the tank to come down with control. Don't drop yourself to the floor. Once you've fully released, begin to windshield wiper the knees to the right and to the left. Again, feet are parallel, hip width. Next time the knees fall to the left, leave them there. So there is a subtle internal rotation there of the left thigh. Fingertips reach forward, take an inhale. Exhale, lift up head and shoulder blades. Try not to let that right leg lift. It's still just softening down. We feel a squeeze there, right side body, wrapping across to the abdominal wall. Breathe. Might lift a little higher with the right shoulder, that's fine, but remember the left shoulder blade, we want to try to lift that as well. Not there for long, I promise. Find that effort. One more inhale. Exhale to release to the mat. Right arm can reach straight out to the right. Left hand can either rest very gently on the inner left thigh, or if you'd like, stack the right leg on top of the right and rest that left hand on the outer right thigh. Gaze towards the right hand, breathe. In through the nose, out through the nose. Relatively comfortable and easy. Got one more breath. All right, carefully release. Come back through center. Hug the knees into your chest. Give yourself a squeeze. Rock to the left and to the right. Massage the muscles right up and down the spine. We'll try to use a bit of momentum here to rock up into chair. Hands behind the knees. Begin to rock the length of your spine. Rock forward, plant the feet. Lift your bum up. Uttanasana chair pose. Exhale, draw palms through prayer. Twist to the left this time. Right elbow outside the left thigh. Heart reaches for the thumbs. Really find that as you push the left palm down into the right and the heart reaches for the thumbs, that helps you to push the elbow into the thigh back into the elbow. Lean the left shoulder blade back. Look up past the left shoulder. Just one last breath. Nice. Exhale, release through center. Inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale, sit all the way down to your bum. Extend the legs forward and lie down. Some of you get scared. I was going to make you do that whole second side all over again. No, you've made it. Roll all the way down. Lie flat. Pause here for a moment. Feeling left side, right side, front side, back side. All that effort you put into your body today. And I have a few options. Option one is to practice Ignorasana and just simply stay in this rest position. Take an early Shavasana, especially if you feel like you put lots of effort into the body, you feel spent. Don't strain, stay right there. Option two is to revisit something we did at the very beginning of the practice, which is simply pushing down to the palms, engaging the abdominal wall, squeezing the legs together. And then toes reach up to the ceiling, low back and sacrum lifts, feet reach back, maybe the toes tap the floor, maybe they just hover, and then roll yourself back down. Do a few of those. The last option is hugging the elbows into the ribs, push into the back of the arms, lift your hips up, stacking the hips on top of the shoulders. Palms to the low or mid back. You can stay in your shoulder stand with the knees bent, or begin to lift the legs straight up, finding your shoulder stand. Breathe. Remember, it's shoulder, not neck stand. So if all you feel is pressure in the neck, come down. Come down. Don't increase that strain in the neck. Keep lifting up, squeezing the legs together. Breathe. In through the nose, out through the nose. If you're in your shoulder stand, you'd like your plow pose or halasana, carefully hinging at the hips. Reach the feet back. Toes might find the floor or they might stay lifted. It's really up to you. You can also interlace the hands behind the back, squeeze shoulder blades together, and find your full variation of halasana, plow pose. Breathe. It's a nice release to posterior chain all the way to the base of the skull. When it's time to release your shapes, do it slowly, rolling the spine down with care. You might find a happy baby for a breath or two, or simply release the feet all the way to the mat. Windshield wiper the knees, right and left. And when you feel ready to join our friends that were smart and took an early Shavasana, straighten your legs. Find Shavasana, corpse pose. No effort needed. Simply allowing the body to soften into the floor. Breath flows here. In through the nose, out through the nose. You'll take one more inhale. Open your mouth, sigh out that breath. Palms connect overhead. Give yourself a bit of a stretch here. Nice, soften. One more time, connect those palms, reach tall, inhale. And soften. You can bend your knees, either roll to one side or use a touch of momentum, rock up into a seating position Sit cross-legged or kneeling, stack the spine up nice and tall. Close your eyes. Palms can rest face up or face down on the thighs. Check back in with your breath. After the intensity of this core yoga practice, just noticing if you create a little extra space for the breath. We'll take one more inhale here, fill all the way up. Open your mouth, sigh it out. Palms connect in prayer, heart center, thumbs rest into the sternum, closing to the sound of a single breath, a single om. Inhale. Bow your head. Thanks for being here to share this energy. Please take some with you off the mat. Share with the ones that you love. Namaste. I really appreciate you all. Thanks for being with me for this recorded practice. If you do have any questions, feel free to reach out to me in comments, in emails, in direct messages. We love getting your feedback about these online practices. Thanks everyone. Drink lots of water. Enjoy the rest of your day.